How did liberating concentration camps impact soldiers psychologically? Imagine walking into a place where human suffering is laid bare in the most shocking ways. When soldiers freed Nazi concentration camps during World War II, they faced scenes that would stay with them forever. They saw thousands of emaciated survivors near death, piles of bodies, and evidence of brutal experiments. These sights were overwhelming and hard to process. Many soldiers felt helpless because they lacked enough medical supplies or resources to save everyone. Sometimes, their efforts to feed the starving prisoners unintentionally caused more harm. This sense of helplessness and the horror they witnessed created deep feelings of guilt and responsibility. 4 years after the war, many soldiers kept quiet about what they saw. They often did not talk about their experiences, which made their psychological distress worse over time. Years later, symptoms like nightmares, flashbacks, crying spells, and emotional numbness started to appear. The trauma of liberation was just as intense as what the victims experienced, but it was less talked about for many years. The impact on soldiers included developing post-traumatic stress disorder. They often had intrusive memories, felt anxious, and experienced emotional numbness. Many also suffered from depression and emotional distress because of the terrible scenes they encountered. Survivor guilt was common. Soldiers wondered why they survived when so many others did not. Reintegration into normal life became difficult because of the weight of their memories. These effects were made worse because soldiers were often unprepared for what they saw. The scale of the atrocities was more than they expected, and it changed them forever. The experience of freeing these camps left many with lasting psychological scars. Recognizing how these soldiers were affected helps us understand the wide reach of the Holocaust beyond just the victims. It also reminds us of the importance of mental health support for those who witness such horrors. Providing counseling and mental health care for soldiers who saw these atrocities is essential. Their testimonies help educate future generations about the human cost of genocide. Understanding their trauma fosters empathy and a fuller picture of history. The psychological toll on liberating soldiers shows how deeply the horrors of the Holocaust affected everyone involved, not just the victims. Their stories are a vital part of remembering and learning from this tragic chapter in history.